We begin tonight with breaking news in Texas, where a desperate search for survivors is underway amid one of the deadliest floods in America in the past century. Good evening, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Vargas. At least 104 people are dead and dozens more are still missing after devastating flash floods hit central Texas. Among the dead, 27 young campers and counselors from Camp Mystic, an all-girls Christian camp along the Guadalupe River. At least 10 other young campers are still unaccounted for.
I want my world to know the Lord of love has come to me. I want to pass it on.
This video shows a group of little girls at that camp evacuating by bus on Friday, singing a song to stay calm as they pass debris and emergency responders. Another video from Texas Congressman Chip Roy posted today shows some of the damage near that camp along the Guadalupe River. According to the National Weather Service, that river rose 30 feet in just 6 hours early Friday morning, peaking at nearly 38 feet, the highest on record. This is a time-lapse video from Friday of a river in Llano County, Texas, about 100 miles northeast of Kerr County. That is how widespread this flooding was. You can see the floodwaters rise and completely flood the area in just 20 minutes. President Trump signed a disaster declaration for Kerr County, the hardest hit by the flooding. The White House says the president is planning to visit the area as soon as Friday.
The White House is currently arranging those travel plans. We hope that it will be later this week, likely on Friday, but of course we want to do it at the most appropriate time on the ground for state and local officials. We don't want to interrupt the recovery efforts, but we're planning tentatively for a Friday trip.
The region in Texas where this disaster hit is known as Flash Flood Alley. But despite its foreboding name, officials there say they didn't see this coming, even with the warnings that the National Weather Service pushed out. The mayor of Kerrville is one of them. Joe Herring says he didn't know about the flooding until he got a call about it at 5:30 that morning, and by then it was already too late. The mayor made it clear to his community today the road to recovery will be long and arduous.
I need to tell my community and those families who are waiting, this will be a rough week. Primary search continues, and we remain hopeful every foot, every mile, every bend of the river. I've said this 100 times, and I will say it again. We need your prayers. We need your prayers.
We have team coverage of this disaster tonight. NewsNation's Xavier Walton and Brian Enton are both on the ground in Kerr County, Texas. We begin with Xavier live in Hunt, Texas, just across the river from Camp Mystic. What's the situation there?
Elizabeth, it has been an active day here just outside of Camp Mystic. And let me tell you, there's been two things going on. You have cadaver dogs, you've got divers going in the water, the Guadalupe River, and then also overhead, you've got Black Hawk helicopters as well. But this scene is also what we've been watching unfold all day long as we're going to zoom in here. This is Camp Mystic, and all day long we have been watching people take out belongings from inside of the cabins. Here in Texas, it is a bit of a tradition to have a trunk at summer camp. We've been watching these trunks that have been decorated by the campers pulled out. We've even watched some girls come back and collect them and take them home. We're also getting a new video tonight of the Guadalupe River. Take a look at this. This is from Kerr County, the Sheriff's Department, and here's what it looks like after the fact. I mean, this is the scene. This is what everyone, the devastation, the trail of destruction, 5 miles away from where we are overhead. That's what it looks like. This is what search and rescue teams are having to deal with as they're still trying to find families, loved ones. We spoke to somebody from a search and rescue team. Here's what he had to say.
Sometimes it just comes up. It just starts to get to you a little.
I mean, these are kids, innocent children. I'm sure you've seen the pictures and, you know.
We found them. We found them. Some of them. This young boy right here, this morning. That's why I'm here right now. You pull them out and you look at it and you can't help but think, I mean, I have kids, you know, can't help think. You know, I mean, if you're a parent, you know what those parents are going to feel.
So Don there said in the last couple of days, he's actually recovered and pulled some 7 people, 7 bodies from the Guadalupe River, one being the 14-year-old boy that he was just talking about, and then he also said a little girl, but you could just tell in his eyes he had seen something, and he's an emergency responder, has been doing it for years, but he had seen something that he'd never seen before, and you can hear it in his voice. And I'll tell you what, Elizabeth, you know, when you talk to some of these search teams, they are physically and emotionally exhausted, but they say they're going to continue obviously doing this because it does provide some closure for these families.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.